Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. First of all, I would like to wish Ron Mael of Sparks, the great songwriter and keyboardist, a very happy 80th birthday. And Molly and I will be seeing Sparks in Toronto in just over a month for the third time in 4 years. Of course, I've seen them before, the first time was in 1982. So I've seen them. This will be my 6th time seeing Sparks. The main subject of this video is stereo versus mono. I've never been a fan of mono. The Beatles, of course, early albums were in mono, and then they had the kind of fake stereo, which wasn't great with, vocals usually on one side and all that. But overall, I loved stereo much more than mono. Especially, I guess if I was listening, in a stereo system, it wouldn't matter as much, wouldn't notice it as much. But I listen to headphones 95% of the time, and so I love the stereo effect. And with mono, it's like kind of in the middle, and just I don't know. You can just pick more out in stereo, the different instruments and everything, even the vocals. But I had kind of a change of heart a little bit about mono. And the thing is, I was listening to these albums, and I also going to show you a new CD I got yesterday. But anyway, I've been playing these two albums a lot lately, on CD. And when the first song came on, the first time I heard the CD, it's like, oh, it's in mono. Darn it. But then after the first song, I just forgot that it was not in stereo, and I just enjoyed the album, and I've enjoyed both albums. Of course, once again, I'm talking about Donovan. These are in mono, as far as I know. And like I said, I rarely, every time I listen to these, except for last night, I realized again, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is in mono, and it's sounding really good. It's almost like I don't miss it being in stereo. So I would just love your, the viewers' thoughts on mono. Are you a fan? I know there are fans of mono out there, especially for, 60s albums like this. And I still would like to hear the stereo. I think there's a deluxe version of this in stereo, which I would love to get, and I think it has a bonus disc. But I'm just so impressed with the sound quality of these, and they're not in stereo, and I enjoy them on headphones. And like I said, usually when I'm listening to them, it doesn't even come into my mind that they're in mono. Okay. And one other thing, I think I'm going to, I've got this, of course, box set of Sgt. Pepper, and it has a, the mono mix, the original mono mix from 1967, and I had played it, maybe not all the way through, but, I always go back to stereo, the stereo remix, which, I was very happy with overall. But I think I'm gonna listen to the mono mix tonight and just, see if I'm as impressed as I am with the Donovan mono CDs. And yeah, let me know if you prefer the mono version of Sgt. Pepper more than the stereo. So I'm sticking with the 60s here. I got 2 more CD. Well, it's one CD with 2 albums on it. It's called, a twofer. And And I played them last night, and they're supposedly not two of their greatest albums. I read up quite a bit about these, but I'd never heard them until last night. So I'm talking about the Beach Boys, Keeping the Summer Alive. And simply titled Beach Boys from 1985. And so, like I said, I read and maybe watched a few videos on, with reviews of these, and for the most part, most fans think they're not very good or even bad. But I will say, Keeping the Summer Alive, I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Like, every song I really liked a lot. It's not Pet Sounds or, Surf's Up or anything, but I still thought it was a very good album. I need to listen to it more, but I was impressed with it. And then Beach Boys, the next album, not as much. I've only played this once. It was kind of what I was expecting, really cheesy, of course the 80s production, because it was recorded in 1985. And, certainly not bad, but certainly not a great album. So this was just, if I had to rate it just for a first listen, I would give this like a 6 out of 10. And I would give this at least an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I enjoyed every song. There's a nice booklet. So I definitely still want to get the MIU album and the LA Light album. They have those on a twofer, but they're kind of expensive. This one wasn't too bad, and it was used, and it was in great condition. I've never had a problem on Amazon when I order a used CD, and they say that it's in very good condition. It always is. Like I said, nice booklet. Lots of reading. And pictures. Boy, they even have the lyrics. There they are. So 80s. So, very happy to almost completing my Beach Boys discography. Also, that country album they did with various country musicians. I'm not in any hurry to buy that, but I will want it as part of the collection. And I think that is about it. Yeah, I'm just very curious with my viewers. Are there times that you like mono, you'd rather listen to an album in mono instead of stereo? At least for music from the 60s. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.